What is the definition of color? Color is what the eye sees as red, yellow, blue, or other colors when light reflects on an object. What the eye sees as red, yellow, blue, and other colors when light reflects on an object. We are saying other colors because we have secondary colors and then we have tertiary colors. But the ones mentioned are just the primary colors. So it means that any color you see when light strikes on an object is color. That's the definition. And some books also define color to be hue. Now, when they say hue, what do you understand by the word hue? Hue simply means the quality a color has. Any color has that quality. The quality a color has that makes it change the identity of another color when it is mixed with that color. For example, let's say I pick red and I mix it with yellow. When I put red into yellow, immediately the yellow will change into orange. What causes that? That is hue. And that is color. Do you now get it? So some book defines color as hue, and then some books also define hue as color. But the real definition is what I've just said. It's what the eye sees as red, yellow, blue, green, whatever, when light strikes on an object. What you see as that color is color. It's as simple as that. Just write that definition and then you get it. Now let's continue from here. Meaning of hue, I think I've explained that already. And I said when blue is mixed with yellow, the yellow changes into green. So if it changes into green, what causes it to change into green is the hue. So color is the same as hue. Some people will just write, when they say what is color, they say color is hue. It's too short. So you write something better and then you can even add the hue issue to it. Then you can get better marks. So that the examiner will know you know what you're saying. Do you understand? All right. This is why black and white are not classified as color. When white or black mix a color, it doesn't change the identity of the color. Rather, it changes the value. So if it changes the value, then it means that color we call white or black is not having a hue. Because it is hue that would help change the identity of another color. But this is not changing the identity, but rather it's changing the value. For example, if I put black into red, you will still have red, but you'll be having dark red. Do you get it? But when you put yellow into red, it changes to orange, and that is hue. I believe you now understand it. So the reason why we say white and black are not color is because they only tint the color or shade the color. They change the value of the color. Do you now get it? All right, so let's jump straight into types of colors. Now, the topic is broad, so we are going to be fast about some things. Primary colors. These primary colors of a thing, I believe you've done it severally in your primary JHS, but let me just brush over it again. Primary colors are the basic colors from which other colors are formed. They are the basic colors. It means that those colors cannot be formed by any other color, but rather they form any other color you see in the world. It is just these three colors. It is just these three colors that forms what you see. Are you getting it? So if you see green, if you see orange, if you see violet, they don't come by themselves. It is two of these primary colors that forms them. So normally they define primary colors as the basic colors. They come on their own, like they are natural, their hue is pure. Nothing is mixed with them. They are just pure. Do you get it? And these colors are the red, yellow, blue, like I mentioned. And you can see it on the screen, red, yellow, and blue. They are normally very pure. Do you get it? Primary are pure and have high intensity. When they say something have high intensity, that means it is not diluted. It is very pure. It's undiluted. It's unlike green. Green has some other color in it, so its intensity is not pure. Do you now understand? Now let's go to secondary color. Secondary colors are formed by mixing two primary colors. Like I was saying earlier, secondary colors, they are only formed when you mix two primary colors. If you mix red and yellow, you get orange. If you mix blue and yellow, you get green. And if you mix red and blue, you get violet. Now this is it on the screen. Green, how you form green is yellow plus blue. Can you see it? And that is what we are seeing here. And then orange, how you get your orange is red plus yellow, which is what you are seeing here. And then violet is red plus blue. It gives you violet. That is to tell you that truly primary colors are the basic colors. They come naturally and they form any other color you see in this world, any other color at all. Be it primary color, be it secondary color, be it tertiary color, or whatsoever color. It is the primary colors that come together to form them. So it depends on the amount of primary color you put in another primary color that will determine the kind of color it will give. What I'm simply meaning is that if I should put blue into yellow and the blue is more than the yellow, I'll be getting something different from green, which could be called blue-green. Do you get it? We'll get to that side, don't worry. All right, so let's just go to the next color. That's tertiary color. Now, tertiary colors are formed when you mix one primary color and one secondary color. Are you getting the combination? Let's say you pick a red and then you pick orange. Orange is a secondary color. Red is a what? Primary color. When you mix red with orange, what happens is that the red will be more inside the orange. The orange doesn't change. It will still be orange, but just that it will be reddish orange. So normally we call it red orange. Red orange. Do you get it? So the same way, if you mix blue and green, because blue is mixed with green and already there's blue inside green, it means the blue will be more. So it's going to be what? Blue, green. Don't worry, you'll get there. So let's just look at them on the screen. These are the tertiary colors. We have yellow, green, we have red, violet, we have yellow, orange. It means there's more yellow inside the orange. And then we have red, orange, and then we have blue, violet, and then we have blue, green. Do you understand? This means that it is green, but the green had much of blue in it, so it's changing the color to this form. And then this one is also like green, but you could see that the greenness is not much. It's going away into the yellowness. So it means there is much yellow in it. A green that was added with yellow. So you'll be getting yellow, green. And normally, take note of these things. This is how you mention it. You mention the primary color first before the secondary color. So you don't say green, yellow. You say yellow, green. Or you say red, violet. Or you say yellow, orange. Or red, orange. Or blue, violet. Or blue, green. Do you understand? So anytime you see colors like this, a color that looks like violet, but you could see that there's much of blue in it, it means it was blue, violet. When you see much of red in orange, it's called what? Red, orange. When you see much of yellow in orange, it's called what? Yellow, orange. Do you get it? All right, so those are the tertiary colors. They are formed by combining one primary color and one secondary color. And the secondary colors are formed by combining two primary colors. And then primary colors are formed by themselves. No color is mixed together. Do you understand? All right, so let's go on. Now, these are examples of them in a cyclic form. This is primary color, this is secondary color, and then this is tertiary color. Okay? Don't worry, as we go down, we are going to the wheel, color wheel. There you understand how they are being mixed, and then how we get these colors. Okay? When you mix blue and red, you get violet. And when you mix red and yellow, you get orange. When you mix yellow and blue, you get green. So it means you are mixing two primary colors to get a secondary color. Do you get it? And here when you mix one of these with this, you get this. That's orange plus yellow, you'll be getting yellow orange. Do you get it? I didn't say orange yellow, I said yellow orange. Don't forget, the primary color name comes first because it's the one dominating. All right, so let's go to the color wheel. This is one question you cannot dodge in GKE. Color wheel, every year it comes. Theory, whether you like it or not, you meet color wheel. So please take this particular area where we are getting to, take it serious. Take it very serious. What we were doing before, you meet those ones in objectives. But now where we are getting into, don't joke with it. Okay? Color wheel, you must know the definition of color wheel. Learn how to define color wheel. The color wheel is the arrangement of colors in a circular form. When you arrange colors in a circular form to show the relationship between them, they are arranged in a circular form to show the relationship, meaning to show how they relate, how this color came about, how this color came about. Do you understand? You understand this better in the diagram. I have the diagrams there. So we'll go to the diagrams and then I'll explain that to you. So we have color wheel. We have different types of color wheel. We have 3 color wheel, we have 6 color wheel, and then we have 12 color wheel. Do you understand? The 12 color wheel is the most common used in art, the 12 color wheel. So let's go down. Now, as you can see on the screen with the diagram, this is the 3 primary color, and they form the 3 color wheel. Do you understand? Because they are the base or the basis, definitely they are the first 3 you should be talking about, because without them the secondary color will not come. So now they form the 3 primary colors, and then the same of them form the 3 color wheel. Are you getting it? And then when we talk about the 6 color wheel, that is where you see how they were mixed, and then after mixing, what they form, like picking the red here and then the yellow here. When they mix, see what was formed? Orange. Can you see that? And then they pick the yellow and then the blue, the yellow and the blue, and then they give birth to what? Green. And then they pick the blue and then the red, and they give birth to what? Violet. That is how come it became 6 color wheel. It means that the primary colors are inside, and then the secondary colors are also inside. Can you see it? These are the primary colors: blue, yellow, red. And then the secondary colors: violet, orange, and green. And this is how they are related. These and these came together and they gave birth to this. These and these came together and gave birth to this. And then the red and the blue also came together and gave birth to violet. Do not forget this. Keep it in your mind, because you meet it in WASI. Now, this is the big one. That is where I want us to get to. I think I have to bring it down so that you can see it very well. Okay. This is the 12 color wheel. And GKE, they don't joke with this question. Define the 12 color wheel. What are the 12? What is the 12 color wheel? Or what do you understand by the term 12 color wheel? What they are simply asking you is that, what is 12 color wheel? There you are going to tell them that it is a wheel that represents the colors and how they are arranged. Are you getting it? It's a wheel that represents colors and how they are arranged to show their relationship. Don't forget that. They will twist the question in that form. So you also have to tweak it in the other form to get your answer. The wheel, the 12 color wheel, is the arrangement of all primary, secondary, and tertiary colors in a circular form in order to show the relationship between them. That is the 12 color wheel. Do not forget that. Now, when you look here, you can see the primary color. Normally, I wrote those ones, I designed those ones in big fonts. Can you see it? Red, blue, and yellow. They are bigger. telling you that they are the mother of all these other colors. And now look at how they are related. Red and blue gave birth to violet. That's the center. Can you see it? Now, violet came back to red and said, I want us to give birth to another child. And now they gave birth to what? Red violet. Because red is more, it became what? Red violet. Violet went back again and said, Mr. Blue, I want us to give birth to another child. And then when they came together, they gave birth to a child and they named the child Blue Violet, because blue is the mother generating, or will I say father, whatsoever. Blue is dominating in this color. So because of that, it's carrying the name Blue Violet. Even though it's Violet's child, but blue is affecting it. Can you get it? All right, now. And then blue said, okay, let me go and meet this guy, yellow. Can we give birth to a child that will look like us? Yes, and they said, okay, let's give birth. And they gave birth to a child called green. Can you see it? Green looks like the mother and looks like the father also. And then the father said, okay, green, together let's give birth to another child again. And then they gave birth to blue, green. Can you see that? And then yellow also said, you can't be cheating me. Yellow called green and said, let's also give birth. And then they gave birth to what? Yellow, green. So this is how the colors are related. That is how they are formed. So the same thing applied to red and yellow, red and blue, and then you keep going like that. Do you understand? So that is the arrangement on the color wheel. So this is how you get it. You first, after drawing your circle, because you'll be asked to draw it, draw the color wheel. You draw it in the exam hall. You might not paint it, but you have to name it. You draw a perfect circle, divide a circle into two, and then divide it again into two. Then after that, you are getting 4 different parts. Now, pick one part of it and divide it into 3. Just one part of the 4, of the half, no, of the quarter, sorry. You divided it into half first, and then you now divide it into quarter. Do you get it? Now, divide the quarter into 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you do the same thing to the other quarter like that. By the time you finish, you'll be getting 12 of them. If you do it well, you get your 12. Now, what the first thing you do is name your red. Name your red first. After naming red, count 1, jump from red. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are jumping from red, though. I didn't say count red. I said jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 4th, which is from red, you can count it as 5. Because when you are jumping, it will just jump straight. You not count the red. 1, 2, 3, 4. That place, you name it yellow. Do not forget this. After doing your red, you jump 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you name it yellow. Okay? You have to name the primary colors first. Then you jump from yellow, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you name it blue. Automatically, if you have to jump and count back to red, you get the same distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are back to red. So I'm giving you the scenario again. Draw a perfect circle, divide it into 2, that's half, and then divide it again into 2, that's quarter, right? Now, after getting your quarter, pick one of the quarter and divide it into 3. Every of the quarter, divide them into what? 3. Automatically, you'll be getting the 12 space, okay? Then now, pick any of the space, and name it red. When you are done naming it red, just jump 1, 2, 3, 4. Where you will land, name it yellow. Jump again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where you land, you name it what? Blue. Now, if you continue and you count and you are not able to fall on the first color, which is the red, then it means what you did is wrong. So from the blue, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We fell on it, meaning the lines were corrected. Do you get it? All right. So the 12 color wheel contains the primary color, the secondary color, and then the tertiary color. So now we have been able to name what? The primary colors, right? Now we know our red, we know our yellow, we know our blue. Let's see the way we can get our secondary color. In between the two of them, the very one in the center, in between red and yellow, the one in the center, very center, is the orange. Meaning that after writing orange, you should be able to jump forward or jump backwards and have an empty space. Do you get it? And then after the empty space, you are falling on the primary color. The same applies from here. If you name your orange, just jump backwards, and then when you jump backwards, the next one will be a primary color. If you do it that way, then it means you are correct. So the secondary color is normally in between the two primary colors. But on the color wheel, there are other tertiary colors beside them. So because of that, you have to leave a space from the primary color. You leave a space before you go to your secondary color. Do you get it? You leave another space again, you come back to your primary color. So it's red to red, orange before you go to orange. Because red is going to join with orange in order to form red-orange. So that space has to be there. So then you can name orange, then you come here yellow and blue, automatically they will give you green, then you name your green. Then blue and red, automatically they will give you violet, then you name your violet. Are you getting it? If you are done doing that, then you'll be having your space in between them. Now, because you have the space there and you don't know the names, just watch the primary color, write the name there, red. And then watch what is in front of it, and you see orange, then you write orange there. It's as simple as that. So the next one again will not be orange and then yellow. It will not be yellow-orange. It will not be orange-yellow, sorry. It will be yellow-orange, not orange-yellow. Remember, the primary color comes first. I'm not going to say it again. Put this in your head. Else you miss it when you write it. You might draw everything, but when you label it wrongly, they will wrong you. So the primary color comes first before the secondary color. Do you get it? So that is how the color wheel is, the 12 color wheel is. But we are going to go down to color harmonies. And these also, don't joke with them. Wasi, Novdek, these things would come. And they keep coming. Every year they come. Because this is where every art work that depends on color is formed. Now let's go. Color harmony. The definition for color harmony. Color harmony simply refers to color harmony. Color harmony refers to pleasing combination of two or more colors. Refers to pleasing combination. Pleasing. When you combine two or more colors in a design, that is color harmony. Combining two or more. Last time we did element and principles, right? And I talked about how to combine elements together, and I even talked about how to use the principles and all those things. Now, color is also one of those elements that we use to do design. So in each design, you need to know how to combine the colors in order to get nice design. And that's what they are telling you. We have color harmonies, different color harmonies. So we are going to touch them. We are going to touch on five different color harmonies. And if you know them very well, whenever you are doing any design work that has to do with color, you'll be able to get pleasing colors. You'll be getting pleasing color combination or interesting color combination. When you look at your textiles, your dresses, most especially the flower dress and then the design dress, you could see some of these things we are talking about. So let's just jump straight into the color harmony. And then we are going to pick the first one. Okay, let's read this before we go on. It involves arranging so that they relate well and look attractive. The reason why you need them is it makes your work attractive. Even look at what I've done here, people. It's already looking nice, right? So triad or triadic color. Triad, somebody might say it's triad, somebody too might say triadic is the same thing. Anytime you hear three, triad is three. Do you understand? So three primary colors that are evenly spaced on the color wheel. They are evenly spaced. It means that the spacing in between them, you can easily calculate. You can tell that this is the space in between them. So any primary color or any secondary color or any tertiary color that you are counting, if you are getting the third one, you should be able to tell that, okay, in between two of them, there should be three, or there should be four, or there should be whatever. Are you getting it? Now, we are going to jump into it so that you understand it very well. I told you these courses, they are practical courses. If you don't do the practical side of it, you will not understand. It will be too much talking. For example, we have red, yellow, and blue. They are primary colors, and then they are triadic colors. We have green, orange, and violet. They are triadic colors, they are secondary colors. And then we can also have red, violet, yellow, orange, and then blue, green. Red, violet, yellow, orange, and blue, green. They are also triadic. Can you see it? Now, I will come and explain this to you. Okay, we didn't add a tertiary. We only added the primary and secondary, but it's the same thing. Now, I intentionally did the design in a form that when I'm explaining, you can easily get it. Even though I drew the color wheel like we saw at the top, but I did some highlighting so that you'll be able to trace what we are doing. Sorry. Now, for example, let's pick the primary colors. If you notice, I intentionally gave it black stroke so that they will stand out. Can you see that? And in principles of design, what is the name of that thing? When you make something stand out, how do you call it? It's called emphasis. Don't forget, please. Emphasis. So I am emphasizing on it by using outline, black outline, so that you can easily see them. So you can see they are evenly spaced on the color wheel. This is the color wheel. On the 12 color wheel, they are evenly spaced, such that you can count that after red, you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can get to the next color. And then when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, you get to the next color. And then you can also count again 1, 2, 3, 4. And you get to the next color. Do you get it? So that is how it is. When you have these colors in your design, red, yellow, and blue, when you combine them to do a design, they look nice. But those are primary colors. So mostly great designers or great artists don't use them directly like that. They want to show maturity in the use of color. So most times they go into maybe the secondary color or sometimes the tertiary color. Now let's look at the secondary color combination. When you combine a violet, orange, and green, violet, orange, and green, when you combine them together, you can see that when you combine these three, you can also do very interesting design with these three primary colors. You can do very interesting design. Can you get it? But mostly, at my level of maturity, I wouldn't love to use them directly. I'll prefer to use red, orange, and then let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. Red, orange, yellow, green, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue, violet. Now look at these colors. Look at this color combination. Red, orange, blue, violet, and then yellow, green. Don't you see they look nice? It's a very nice color combination. And then you can have the other one too. Yellow, orange, blue, green, and then violet. See how they're also looking very nice. No. Red, violet, sorry. I said violet. Red, violet. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you get it? Yeah. So that is how you combine triadic colors. They are called triad or triadic. They are Triadic colors are three colors that are evenly spaced on the color wheel. And in between them, you can see three other colors in between them. That is how you get to know them. In between them, there are three other colors. And those three other colors composes of the secondary color and then two tertiary color. A secondary color and two tertiary color, as you can see on the screen. Now let's go to the next one. Tetrad. Tetrad. When they say tetrad, automatically what comes to your head is 4. Tetrad. We have triad and then we have tetrad. We have mono, we have di, and we have tri, and then we have tetrad. Do you understand? So when they say tetradic or tetrad color or tetrad color harmony or tetradic color harmony, then what they are simply meaning is tetradic involves 4 that are evenly spaced on the color wheel. When you evenly space 4 colors on the color wheel, you see the color wheel, the one we are dealing with is the 12 color wheel. So when you are evenly spacing them, when you evenly space 4 of them, when you evenly space 4 of them on the color wheel, like you're seeing here, red, yellow, orange, blue, violet, and green. When you evenly space them, you can easily tell that in between the two of them, there is 2. In between these two, there is 2. In between these two, there is 2. In between these two, there is 2. That is telling you that what? They are evenly spaced. Evenly spaced simply means that you can easily tell the spacing in between them. Are you getting it? And there are 4 colors on the color wheel, which are evenly spaced. Tetrad are 4 colors on the color wheel, which are evenly spaced. Triad are 3 colors on the color wheel, which are evenly spaced. Tetrad are 4 colors on the color wheel, which are evenly spaced. Do you get it? Now, they are all harmonies. They are all color harmonies, okay? All right, so let's go on to the next one. That is the analogous colors. Now, when they say analogous colors are colors that are next to each other. They are analogous. They are next to each other. They are more like a family. When they say analogous, just remember family. They share the same hue. They all have the same hue inside them. And I already explained what hue is to you earlier. I don't know if you've forgotten, but I'm going over it again. I said that thing in the color that changes another color's identity is called what? Hue. Now, so a color that has the same hue, it means when you pick red, red is the hue, and then red is around almost all of them. Look at these colors here. The red hue, can you see them? You can see red, orange, and then you can see red, violet. They are having the same hue. Red, orange, red, violet. So when you are doing a combination, color combination, use these 3 colors. Now I'm not doing opposite, I'm doing family. You could see that when you use these 3 colors to do design, they look very nice. The same applies to this. They all have yellow in them. They all have what? Yellow in them. And then when you look at this one too, they all have what? Blue in them. So they are called a blue hue, yellow hue, and then red hue. Sometimes it can extend into this place because this also have red. But the reason why I didn't add it is because there is blue too inside. Do you understand? So you can work with this whole family, like the 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, for a design. You can choose to work with all this one for a design. And you can choose to work with the 3 for a design. Are you getting it? So that is analogous colors. Colors that share the same hue. Don't forget when they ask you in your exams, colors that share the same hue. Those are what? Analogous colors. They have the same family hue. If it is blue, they all have blue in them. If it is red, they all have red in them. If it is yellow, they all have yellow in them. Are you getting it? All right, so let's go to complementary colors. Complementary colors are colors that are directly opposite each other on the color wheel. And we are still using the 12 color wheel. So in your definition, you can add on the 12 color wheel. Every of them you can add on the 12 color wheel. Do you understand? So complementary colors are colors that are directly opposite each other on the 12 color wheel. Let me write it there. On the 12 color wheel. So let's do the same correction on this one too. On the 12, because everything we are talking about is in the 12 color wheel. On the 12 color wheel. Tetrad to the same thing. And then triad to the same thing. You get it? So, okay, this one doesn't need it. Okay. So do not forget, when you are writing, write on the 12 color wheel. Analogous colors are colors that are next to each other on the 12 color wheel. So also now we are going to the next one. The complementary colors are colors that are directly opposite. They are directly opposite each other. More like me and my front. Not my side, me and my front. The one in front of me is my next combination color. And they are called complementary colors. They complement one another when you use them to do a design. Most times in our works, they will tell you, do not use more than 3 colors. Or do not use more than 2 colors. When they say do not use more than 2 colors, then think about complementary colors. When you use complementary colors to do your design, they look very nice. When they say do not use more than 3 colors, then you can think about the other ones, triadic colors or tetradic colors. Are you getting it? But complementary colors are what? Directly opposite. I intentionally did the same thing here so that you can see it very well. See violet against violet is facing yellow. So violet's complementary color is yellow. What they are trying to say is that when you are doing a design, you use violet. When you pick violet and then you add yellow in your design, it complements it and then it becomes very nice and appealing to the eyes. Do you understand? This is one color I'm loving. Look at it. Blue-green against orange, red-orange. See how nice they look. When you combine these 2 colors to do a design, you yourself, you will see it. Mostly, we represent these things more when we are designing logos, company logos. So, as we are speaking, when we are done, go and download company logos and look at how they combine their colors. Some use analogous colors, some use complementary colors, some use triadic, some use split complementary, and the rest. So, colors that are adjacent on the color wheel are called analogous colors. And then colors that are opposite one another are called what? Complementary colors. My brother, my sister, do not joke with these things I'm talking about. You meet them in the WASI. Compulsory. This one is Apo I'm giving you. Compulsory, you meet them there. Because every year they bring it. Complementary color, split complementary color, analogous color, triadic color, tetradic color. Get ready for them. Okay? So don't go and embarrass yourself. I've taught you and I'm still teaching you right now. The colors that are directly opposite one another, they are called what? Complementary colors. Do you get it? They are complementary colors. Directly opposite, complementary colors. Directly opposite, complementary colors. Do you get it? All right, so now we are going down to the next one. This one, I didn't know about it. When I was going to write my exam, I didn't know about this. You are lucky. Today I am teaching you. And I went and met it in my exams. I didn't know about it, and I went and met it in my exams. So do you know what saved me? Before we went to the exam hall, we were having some group discussion. So a guy just brought the question, do you know what split complementary color is? So they were answering, and I was just sitting beside them, and I heard them. Then the other one said, which one is split complementary color? What we know is complementary color. What again is split complementary color? And then the guy said, my brother, It might come in our exam. So they said they are colors that lie side by side a complementary color. So it means if you know the direct opposite of the color, look beside them. Beside it, if yellow is the complementary color, look beside yellow. What is here and here? The left and right side. Those colors are called the split complementary color. I said, So when I met it in the exam, immediately I was able to write it. But I didn't know it before going to the exam hall. That was the fact. Split complementary color. Split complementary color. Sorry. Split complementary color. They are colors which are beside a complementary color. They lie side by side. They lie beside the left and the right side of a complementary color. So let's say we are looking for the split complementary color of yellow. If you know the complementary of yellow, which is violet, then you look beside it. Red violet and then blue violet. And that's our answer. Now let's pick a color like red orange. What would be the split complementary? Then let's look for the complementary. The complementary is blue. And then beside it is what? Green. And then what? Whoa. Blue and green. And that's the family. So now this is how you get your answer. If you are lucky and they call you for they give you an example, like they give you what do we call it? A primary color. And they say look for the split complementary color of the primary color. What you just look at. Normally a complementary color of a primary color would definitely be orange. Are you getting it? A complementary of a primary color would, did I say orange? I'm tired. Let me start again from, when they say a complementary color of a primary color, I'm giving you a skill to remember. If you can't draw, maybe you meet it in your objective and you can't draw. This is the way you get your answer. When they mention a color, like they say, what is the complementary color of blue? Then quickly, among the three primary colors, when you take blue out, what is left? Yellow and what? Red. When you mix the two of them, what do you get? Orange. They are the complementary color. And then the split complementary color will be what? Look at it on the board. Blue. The complementary is what? So the split complementary color will be what? Red, orange, and then yellow, orange. Do you get it? This is how you get your answer. I don't know if you got it. Now, let's say they give me a complementary color. They give me a color, a secondary color, which is green. And they say I should look for the complementary. Green automatically has two colors. What are the two colors inside green? Green is yellow and blue. So once I know I have yellow and blue, what is the next one that is left in the primary color? It's red. So automatically, green complementary will be what? Red. And if I know the complementary, then now I can tell the split complementary. If it is red, then it will automatically be red, orange, and then red, violet. Because that is the only family red shares. He has red, violet, and then he has red, orange. We don't have anything like red, blue, or red, green. Do you understand? So that is how it is. I believe you've understood the harmony of color. The harmony of color. We have harmony, color harmonies. I've given you 5. The first one was triad. The second one was tetrad. And then the third one was analogous colors. The fourth one was what? Complementary color. And then the fifth one is what? Split complementary color. Do not forget. A split complementary color is a color that they are the colors. It's not a color. There are two. They are the colors that lie side by side a complementary color. That is why they call it split complementary. Split complementary. The complementary has been splitted. So you just look at the side of it, the side of it. What are the colors there? Those are the split complementary of a color. Do you get it? And then when you talk about complementary, you just watch opposite the color on the color wheel. When you draw the 12 color wheel, direct opposite. The one that is direct opposite is the complementary color. So that if it is red, the direct opposite will be what? Green. Because I know the two primary colors that are left is yellow and blue. Do you get it? Now, and then when they talk about analogous colors are colors that shares the same hue. They share the same hue. And when I say hue, what I mean is they share the same color. So that when we are talking about the same hue of blue, then you can easily mention blue, blue violet, and then blue green. They all have blue in them. And when I mention red, then it should be red orange, and then what? Red violet. And when I say yellow, then it should be yellow green, and then yellow orange. There's nothing like yellow blue. When yellow and blue comes together, they form green. So it's yellow green, and then yellow what? Orange. Thank you. And then the last two are the tetrad and then the triad. I'm going over them again. The tetrad are the four colors which are evenly arranged. They are evenly distanced, equal distance. They are equal distance from one another. The four colors that are equal distance from one another. Four colors that are equal distance. They are evenly spaced. They are equally spaced. They are equal distance. Like, look at it. When you live here and then you jump to this place, then you jump to this place, and then you jump to this place, and then you jump back. Can you see that? The distance in between them is equal. Equal distance. There are four colors which are equal distance. They have two in between them. Automatically, you'll be counting 1, 2, 3, 4. And then like that. So 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. So you can just mark them, and then you just rule a line so that you can get them simply. Those are the four colors that are equal distance from one another. That is tetrad. And then triad are three colors which are equal distance, evenly spaced, equal distance. These are the words you are supposed to use. These are the words you are supposed to use. Equal distance or evenly spaced. When you use that word, then you are done. So three colors which are equal distance or three colors which are evenly spaced. Do not forget, I've given them to you. If you go and fail them, you failed yourself, because I've taught you and I've explained severally. Keep them in your mind because you meet them. This question, you will meet them. Color wheel alone can give you about 20 marks. I'm not joking. Out of your theory, color wheel alone can give you 20 marks because they will ask you a lot of questions there. So keep it in your head. Now let's talk about tint and shade. Earlier I was talking about tint and shade. I talked about value, that black and white are the only colors that can change the value of another color. They don't change the identity, but they change the value. And that is what brought us to the tint and shade. When you add white to a color, you are tinting the color. And then when you add black, you are shading the color. So white and black, they do what? They add value or reduce value. They increase value or they reduce value. Are you getting it? What am I saying? It's not even needed. Let's take that one out. They do what? They change the value of a color, either by tinting, making it light, or making it dark. Do you understand? So here they said, tint is produced by adding white to a color to make it lighter. And then when you add shade, that's adding black to a color to make it darker. And I give an example here. I took my time to produce everything so that you understand it. Now, I used the primary colors, right? And I shaded the yellow, and you see the color I got. And then I tinted the yellow, and I got this. I tinted the blue, and I got this. I shaded the blue, and I got this. I shaded the red, and I got this. I tinted the red, and I got this. And I went further to do the secondary colors, right? Green. I tinted it, and I got this. A light green. That's how we'll call it, because that's what we've been calling light green, light violet. and this dark green and dark violet, dark orange, light orange. Once white is added to it, it becomes light. And once black is added to it, it's called what? Dark. Do you get it? All right, let's go to the properties of color. This is another area where question comes almost every year. Do not joke with it. Properties of color. Now, when they say properties of color refers to the characteristics or behavior of a color. The behavior or the characteristics of a color. And the three characteristics of color is hue, intensity, and value. If you forget, just remember HIV. Hue, intensity, and value. I quite remember when we were in the tertiary, lecturer will ask you that what's the HIV of color? And we were like, HIV, which one is HIV? So he got to explain them. We said, hue, intensity, and value. Don't forget. Hue, intensity, and value. So when they ask you, list the three properties of color, you just mention them. Hue, intensity, and value. And you are done. And when they ask you what's the property of color, then you should be able to say, it is the characteristics or the behavior of a color. So this is how colors behave. Their hue, their intensity, and then their value. Now let's explain those things so that you get them better. Hue, I've spoken about hue severally, but I'm talking about it again. Hue is the identity or the name of a color. The identity of a color or the name of a color, that is hue. Now, it can also be defined as the ability a color has to change another color's identity, which is what I explained the other time. When you carry blue and put it inside yellow, you pick blue and then you mix with yellow, and before you know it turns what? Into green. That is hue. The thing that causes that thing is called what? Hue. Do you get it? Now, when they say color intensity, intensity refers to the brightness or dullness or pureness of a color. The degree of pureness of a color. The degree, it has a lot of definition. I've given you plenty. The degree of pureness of a color or the brightness or dullness of a color. That is intensity. So when they say a color that is highly intense, then it means it could be the primary colors. They are highly intense. Their intensity is intact. Nothing has mixed them. What they are trying to say is that the color has nothing that is changing it. It's just pure. So the only color that you can say that has high intensity is what? The primary colors. The red, the blue, and then the yellow. The green loses its intensity because there are two people fighting for one. But with the blue, he's standing alone, so it's pure. The yellow is standing alone, so it's pure. The red is standing alone, so it's pure. I believe you understand that. So that is intensity. I've explained it so much that you should get it. The pureness, the degree of pureness of a color. The degree of pureness of a color is defined as what? Intensity. If you can't remember that, you can say the brightness or dullness of a color. That is intensity. Now, let's go to value. Value refers to the lightness or darkness. This is where confusion comes. Somebody will say brightness and dullness. It's not the same as lightness and darkness. No. Lightness and darkness simply means there is light, there is white inside. There is dark, there is black inside. That's value. When you add white to the color, it becomes what? Having light value. And then when you add black to it, it has dark value. Do you understand? So these are things you can do to your color. You can add light, that's white, and then you can add dark, which is black. Do you understand? So value refers to the light or darkness of a color. By adding white or black, changes the value of a color. When you add white or black to change the value. And then when you mix two primary colors, you change their intensity. Okay? All right. So let's go to the last one. I'm tired, but we're almost done. So let's go to the last one. It's almost 1 hour. Meaning of color. Color psychology or symbolism. The meaning of color. The meaning, the symbolism. How colors, when you see a color, Why would somebody say blue is coolness? Why would somebody say red is danger? They are trying to say the meaning. These are meanings that we created. We added we add emotions to them. We did them. We caused them to be like that. Do you understand? And then some also naturally, because of how they look, they symbolize something else. So let's just look at the definition. Meaning of the symbolism, color symbolism, the meaning. How you psychologically interpret a color, or how we psychologically interpret a color. That is color symbolism. It might come in your exams. This might come. I didn't say compulsory, but it might come. The might is heavy. So don't joke with it. And then the meaning of these colors, that one there, 247, it will come. Yes. So let's jump into the meanings. It explains how color affects us socially, how color affects us socially, how it affects us emotionally, how it affects us culturally, and then how it affects us mentally. There, my lecturer will tell you that when you are feeling headache, you focus on blue color, and the headache will come down. That is a mental psychology. Are you getting it? And then we have some colors that when you are sick, they are a kind of color they will paint in your room and they will tell you to stay in the room. And just that can heal you. Whoa, you are surprised. That is it. Sympathetic magic. Color symbolism is the same as color psychology. Do you understand? When you go to the tertiary, you'll be doing that topic, you'll be doing that course as color psychology. They won't say color symbolism. Color psychology. So color psychology will cover everything about color as a course. Yeah. So don't take them for granted. Most of these things I'm teaching you, they are things you meet again in tertiary. And that is why every of the WASI exams, you meet them there. Okay, so let's go to the last one, the meaning. Let's interpret these colors and then we close, okay? Now we have red. These will come in your exams, so put them in your head. We have red. They'll tell you red represents danger, and it is true. It represents anger. It represents war. It represents aggression. So if you don't know anything at all, I've given you 4. It represents what? Danger, anger, war, aggression. It even represents blood or fire. Because red is what? Blood. Do you get it? So danger, anger, war, aggression, red. Blue represents peace, calmness, rest, relaxation, sky, and sea. Now, let me interpret down for you very well. The sky, when the sky becomes bluish, what happens? The weather becomes cool. And it's a sign that rain is coming. Do you get it? Even look at the sea. The sea is always cool. When you jump or you dive into the sea, you could see how cool it is. So they are using blue to represent them, or they are telling you that blue represents coolness because of these things. Because automatically the sky is blue and it's giving us that coolness. The sea is blue and it's giving us that coolness. So it interprets blue as what? A peaceful color, a calm color, a relaxational color, a color of rest. This can come in your exams. Okay? And then yellow normally is used for royalty, wealth. Yellow, wealth, royalty, riches. And they are saying that when you look at it the other way, it has the color of a sun. It has the color of ripeness, ripe fruit. When fruit is ripe, how does it come? Do you get it? So don't forget, yellow represents wealth, royalty, riches, and the rest. Green represents growth, green, like plants, growth, fertility, vegetation, new life. New life is like rebirth or something new, right? Fertility, vegetation, growth. Do you get it? And then brown represents what? Decay, Rust, rottenness. This one, I believe it will come because it came in my exams, and I'm believing it will come in your own too. I'm praying that it comes in your exams. Brown represents decay, rust, rotten plant, decay, rust, rotten plant. Are you getting it? And black represents sadness, sorrow, funeral. I think there are more here. White represents purity, cleanliness, holiness, victory. That is why when people overcome situations, they pour white powder on them. Victory. Do you get it? Holiness, white. When you go to church, when they want to claim the holy people, normally they wear this white gown. So white represents holiness. Don't forget to, I'm using these things so that you always remember. That is why I bring in some jovial stuffs. Are you getting it? Don't forget. Holiness. Once you remember holiness, remember Holy Mary. And remember the cloth Holy Mary was wearing, white, which is the same as silver. Represents old age, ashes, burnt material. Something happened here, which I used to teach you something I met in my exams. There is this gray, G-R, sorry, G-R-E-Y. Then we have the G-R-A-Y. They are different things. They are different things, okay? The G-R-E-Y represents the mixture of all primary colors. That's gray. The one with the E. And then the mixture of white and black. This thing normally comes in exams. It came in my exam, and it came in some other past questions I saw. This gray and this gray. So normally, for me not to be confused, I call it gray. But it's the same as gray, so it's gray and gray, okay? But one has E and one has A. The mixture of all colors, all the color, when they come together, this is what it forms. At equal proportion, not just that you go and mix blue, plenty blue, and then you mix small yellow and small red, and you are telling me you have gotten gray. No. Which other color, whichever color you want to mix, you must pick the same amount, equal amount, and mix them together. When you mix them, the color you get is called gray or gray. And this gray, I don't know how to call it. Choose the one you want to call it, okay? So that is it. Don't forget, you might meet it in your exams. Sometimes they do bring it. What's the difference between gray and gray? Then you are there. You don't understand. Which one is black and white? Which one is... So that is the answer. Cool and warm color. Sometimes you hear cold, cool. And sometimes you hear hot color and warm color. They are almost the same. Now let me show you the difference. Cool colors contains blue hue and gives a feeling of calmness. Cool colors, they contain blue. So any color that has blue in it, like the blue itself, the blue green, the blue violet, and even violet has blue, right? And green also have blue in it. So these colors are what? Cool colors. And when you look at them, they look like our vegetation. And vegetation, normally vegetation gives you coolness, right? When you go into the bush, the forest, where the greens are more, you get coolness there, right? And then also when you go to the sea, which is blue, you get coolness there. And also when you go to the sky, where there is blue, you get what? Coolness there. Do you understand? So use that to remember. And then the warm colors contain yellow and red. yellow and red hue and gives a feeling of heat and energy. Now, let me just give you a simple example. When you light fire, you see the color of fire. You see yellow inside, you see red inside, right? Yeah, so they are telling you that they produce heat. Yellow, yellow orange, red, red orange, red violet, all these colors. Even when you light your gas, you can see some red violet fire. Yes, and it produces heat. When you touch that thing, forget. So that is how you get to remember warm colors and hot colors. They fall in the same family. And then cool colors and cold colors. The cold, it means very cold. So when they say cold colors, then you have to go into the blues. But when they say cool, then you can involve the green, blue, green, and then the rest. Do you understand? And when they say warm colors, you can say yellow, yellow, orange, orange. And when they say hot colors, then you must involve the red, red violet. Do you get it? So that is it. Now the last thing is uses of color. Uses of color. What can we use colors for? So this also comes in your exams. It comes. When they say list some uses of color. So you can say color can be used for decoration. Color can be used for beautification. Color can be used for identification. Sometimes, those days I could remember, there's this lady in our area. She had fowls, a lot of fowls. So whenever they give birth to the young ones, she buy color and then she use the color to rub them, because there are other fowls in the environment. So she wants to identify hers separately. So she will use the red or whatever galola to rub them before leaving them to go out. So it's good for identification. Demarcation. People use color to show demarcation in their house. And even some places, there are some places they don't want you to come inside. They will use some red thing and tie it there. It's color. They are scaring you. Don't enter there. It's dangerous. Do you get it? They also use color for what? Education. You can use color to educate people. Like I just educated you that when you are feeling headache, look for a blue material, pure blue, the pure one. Not the one with violet like I'm wearing. No. Plain blue, the pure one. And then just stay calm and be watching it. As you are relaxed watching it for some time, before you know, the headache will come down. That is color psychology for you. So we'll bring our curtains to an end here. And as usual, I'll give you some questions. As you can see here, I have 30 questions for you, objectives, which you will do. And then after that, I have 10 theories for you to do. So stay blessed. The theory will be in the questions will be in your note. I'll be sending a PDF note. So you answer the question there and then you submit. And then a practical question will be, you draw the color wheel and then with crayon, I don't want to stress you, use crayon. I don't want to stress you, so use crayon. Draw the 3 color wheel, the 6 color wheel, and then the 12 color wheel. I want you to draw it and then you scan it and send it to me in the group. No, send it to me directly, just like you're doing. Send your answer and then you add that one to it. The 3 color wheel, the 6 color wheel, and then the 12 color wheel. Using crayon. Use crayon. Don't write the name. Use crayon. Where is red, don't write red. Just use the crayon to do it and then you submit it to me. So have a great day. I believe you enjoyed the class. And that is the end of color. And then the next topic we'll be doing... Okay, don't worry. I'll communicate to you in the group the next topic we'll be doing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.